Welcome to Denglisch Docs. You may have heard your Jewish friends or colleagues talk about Passover, sometimes called the Festival of Freedom. It's a major Jewish holiday which commemorates the liberation of the Israelites from slavery in ancient Egypt. Passover, also known as Pesach in Hebrew, typically falls in March or April and is a time for Jewish people to reflect on their history and to celebrate freedom and renewal. And although Passover is traditionally a Jewish holiday, many Christians have embraced the holiday as well. To symbolize the different parts of the story, this holiday is celebrated with a series of rituals. Right before Passover begins, Jewish people clean their houses from top to bottom to remove any traces of leavened bread, called chametz, and sometimes donate it so that it doesn't go to waste. During the 8 days of Passover, Jews eat unleavened bread called matzah to commemorate the Israelites' hasty departure from Egypt, during which they didn't have time to wait for their bread to rise. This tradition also symbolized removing puffiness, that is, arrogance and pride, from one's own soul. Eating matzah, which is similar to a cracker, can lead to some creative culinary solutions. Matzah pizza and matzah lasagna are just two examples of how Jewish people get creative with their limited food options during the holiday. Some Jews abstain from all leavened foods, including beer and other fermented drinks. Instead, they drink special Passover wines and grape juices. The highlight of Passover is the Seder, which is a special family dinner held on the first 2 nights of the holiday. It includes a retelling of the story of the Israelites' exodus from Egypt, as well as specific prayers, songs, and customs. By the way, the word Seder means order in Hebrew and refers to the traditional Passover meal that follows a specific order of events and readings. So you may be wondering what you should or shouldn't do when invited to a Passover Seder. Well, don't arrive fashionably late. From blessing of the food to the reciting of the prayers, every Seder has a specific order, especially in highly observant households. You don't want to be the person who rings the doorbell during an important ritual. Don't say, "Do you have any cookies?" As mentioned before, during Passover, Jewish people strictly avoid leaven, which is a type of yeast. Don't ask, "Can I get some more wine?" Although the Seder meal involves the serving of the 4 cups of wine, it's a religious celebration, not a night out at the bar. Instead, you can ask questions about the holiday, because asking questions during Passover is both acceptable and appreciated. Not only will questions help you understand this holiday, but it will also show your Jewish friends that you are engaged and interested in their culture. If you want to greet your Jewish friends during Passover, you can say Pesach Sameach, which means Happy Passover, or Chag Sameach, which means Happy Holiday. Passover is usually a time for family and community gatherings. Jewish people travel to be with loved ones during this time of the year and visit the synagogue, which is a Jewish temple where they listen to readings from the Torah. Passover is also a time for charity and acts of kindness, as Jews are encouraged to help those in need and to remember the struggle for freedom and justice. In recent years, some Jews have begun to incorporate social justice issues into their Passover celebrations, using the holiday as an opportunity to raise awareness about issues like immigration, slavery, and poverty. So, the next time you see a Jewish friend during Passover, remember to wish them a Chag Sameach and ask them about their favorite Passover recipes. Who knows, you might even end up trying some matzah ball soup or gefilte fish, which is Yiddish for stuffed fish, a traditional Jewish dish. And that's a wrap. Hopefully you learned a lot of new things that you can bring to the table the next time you're invited to a Passover dinner. Thank you for watching.
We out like that.